bit finicky with volume and stuff. I can try messing with some.
Oh, I'm gonna turn you up.
Alright.
Yeah, that probably would help.
Alright.
I reckon Deph will have done the same.
Yeah.
And the countdown timer is going, so we're going to be going in about 10 seconds from me saying this.
Right. Hopefully this should be better, yeah. I upped the output volume a bit. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be starting.
In terms of seating, you couldn't get much closer than this. It looks like Grimm has probably PB'd in the last couple of days.
Yeah, Grimm's got a pretty solid PB, but they're both within 20-30 seconds of each other, so obviously very close matchup tonight.
Yeah, PBs in that territory tend to give you race times of anywhere between 11 minutes to 12, 13, so I reckon it could be back and forth, potentially, like the last races we've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd mentioned for the lower ranked seeds that YI3 can sometimes throw a couple of interesting things their way.
Absolutely.
It's tricky whenever you're new.
Hopefully it won't trip either of them up. I saw Grimm practicing it before the stream, or before the race started, so hopefully he should be good on that. Yeah, same to Venom here. Alright, and both are going to be good on box jump there. Hopefully I'm not too far ahead or behind on Restreamed, anything like that, because it can be a problem.
Yeah, it can be very easy to miss that first jump, especially with race nerves. And, oh, well, Grimm bumped there, but recovered nicely.
Yeah, not a big issue there. Both are going to come in with a 258, so staying about even here. It's kind of how you'd hope it would go. Just kind of no deaths at this point. It's the ideal outcome for these guys. Getting to World 2, you know, even with their PB about. But yeah, I'm more interested to see sort of the difference in strats they have in World 2. What they kind of know between them. Oh, and Venom goes for the fish jump there. He's gonna scrape the water a little bit.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Always good to see a wee bit of swag. Go ahead. So yeah, I believe Venomplay is representing Brazil this evening. It's involved with Speedruns Brazil. It's always nice, community-run speedrun events. They do a lot of good work over there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, both are gonna get 279 first room here. So
yeah, keeping it very close this race.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean their skill levels are, I'd say, just about the same. They have a bit of discrepancy in their PBs, but that might just be, Grimm's put in about 200 runs. Venomplay doesn't have an attempt counter, but that can always sort of be a cause of like difference in PBs there. So, yeah, and both are gonna have fine kills there. Getting on the first cycle, no issue with that. So they're gonna be just about even going into World 2 here.
It'll be interesting to see if those close to 200 runs will come in handy. I mean, it could help with consistency. It could help with just running the category. Like it sometimes just takes running the category to actually be comfortable doing it, even if you're really, really good at the game.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
A lot of being good isn't just knowing the strats and being able to execute them, but being able to execute when you make a mistake and recovering from that in a quick fashion, which is a lot of, I think, the pitfalls that like newer runners, like maybe somebody in this kind of time range will face. Yeah, and Venom is going to lose a cape there. So that's kind of an example of that. And a more experienced runner, if they made that mistake, might have already made that mistake and run before and kind of known how to recover from that and get back into the game much quicker. But that is going to be about a 10 to 15 second time loss for me there, which is put him quite a ways. Well, not quite a ways, but a solid bit behind.
So pretty much for every race I wonder this, just if either of them are keeping track of the other racers' progress. If that doesn't make you nervous, it can help you make some sort of decisions for what sort of spots you want to go for and different things like that.
I think it's a very useful tool to actually watch the restream. I always do it during my runs, and I know some people say it kind of makes them nervous or play differently, but I guess that's kind of the point, yeah.
I totally understand. Grimm having a pretty nice DS1 so far. Looking pretty good. I'm nearly keeping the shell a little away, but
yeah,
Guy bopped him.
Yeah, you got quite a few nice frame rules there. Venom's not going to be as lucky on that one, and he's going to lose that shell. Let's see how he handles the P-switch here. A pretty clean hit. That's another mistake a lot of beginners in this category can make. Oh
no.
And Grimm just loses Cape and Fire Flower and Ghost House here. That's always a rough blow. You can always recover and grab a Cape and Star World 1 at this point, as long as you can finish the level out clean. But that'll definitely put Venom within striking distance, or possibly even ahead, depending on how the rest of Ghost House goes for him.
Having a little bit of a dance with the P-switch, and looks like Venom's going to have to wait an extra cycle. That's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, that's not a fun thing to do, but it's always better to be safe there. If you don't think you can make it, just kind of wait till the next go-around.
If you were Grimm, what would you recommend for the Cape situation?
It depends on how well you know your no-cape strats. So for me, I would probably just continue on, but I'm not sure if Grimm has ever done 11 no-cape. I don't make any assumptions about that or anything, but if you know the strat, it's definitely worth it to continue on, because the only level you're really going to lose major time in is probably Star World 3.
Well, he's going on for now. It's interesting.
Yeah. For a newer player or somebody who doesn't know the no-cape strats, I would recommend them to just beat Star World 1 like this, and then go back, enter Star World 1 again, and grab the cape, and then you start select.
I have a feeling, if you haven't already entered the Star World Warp, going back for Cape and DP1 might be faster at that stage.
That would be interesting to time out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it could be close, like I could say it either way. But I personally would have went back for Cape, especially if I knew I was ahead and could possibly afford to, but we'll see what he pulls off.
Yeah. It is going to be tough for him now, facing up against a competitor who does have a cape with them. They're pretty much Venom's automatically going to be gaining time on him on pretty much every level, even if Grimm knows all the no cape strats perfectly. So that's always kind of a point of contention. Do you go back and get the cape, risk the time loss, or do you try to keep on going and hopefully you can save time and not backtracking? Oh,
Grimm doesn't look too pleased at that, and nor would he. But pretty much for the reason that you mentioned, I would go back for Cape as well, because you probably will just be losing time anyway.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure as well to do those strats to try and hold on to it. But Venom looks to be in a pretty good spot right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's coming in to start with 4. It can always be a tough level flying under, especially with the pressure here, but
of course.
If he can get through it, he's got a sizable lead, and he's into the last level. It'd be pretty hard for him to not pick up the win as long as he can get through here.
Okay, so
anything can happen in the Bowser fight.
Grimm is going the Yoshi route, and unfortunately, he can't get a cape. He's small Mario, basically.
Yes, and I don't know if you can make it all the way to the block without.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think if you don't have P-speed, you need that next.
He didn't try to left or right. I think. Oh, it's pretty close. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like it's possible, but even still, it looks very you've got to do it pretty quickly. Probably got a landing that Yoshi quite close to underneath the block.
Then we have Venom going for the Door 5 Fireflower slot, which, with some retiming by community member Louis underscore, kind of discovered that it's actually the fastest method to go through Bowser's Castle. And before it was thought to be Door 7 or possibly Door 5 with the cape. So, interesting new development, actually.
Well, it looks like he's making a sensible decision and going back.
Alright, we're gonna see Venom going into the Bowser fight here.
Yeah, interested to see what sort of strats Venom's gonna do.
If he knows Cape Kill, he's like right about in line with the PB here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. And it looks like he's setting up for Cape Kill. Maybe ran a bit early there, but probably will still be fine. Or late. And this looks like a pretty textbook Cape Kill to me, looking pretty good.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, it might have been a bit early, but I thought he was going to get away with it. I thought.
Strikes again.
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good.
You're too good at it.
I'm too good.
Yes, a reverse jinx. You gotta say like he's gonna fail, and then
whoa, he's gonna die 6 times and game over.
There you go.
And we're gonna see a second room 5, slightly slower version of it.
Yeah. He's just gonna take the classic safe way through.
You know, I would still hit up that room 7, but definitely understand room 5.
Yeah. I don't like room 7 at all, personally. I avoid it unless I absolutely have to do it. So.
It makes sense not to like room 7.
Yeah. But yeah, Grimm is going to be entering the Bowser fight here as well. Venom's going on to phase 3, which is arguably the easiest phase, especially in Cape Kill, where you just have to toss the Koopa up and you have a pretty easy timer for when to run. Oh, and that mecha is going to bounce off Bowser. It's going to slow him down a little bit here, but with this lead, only really a Deph could bring him down. Alright, there we go. Through a little trouble with the Mecha Koopa, Venom is going to get the last hit in there and finish off the race with a 12-minute, 16-second time. It'll be 1-0 Venom, and we're going to start the second race here as soon as Grimm finishes up his round. So yeah, GG.
Yes, congrats. That was a very good race.
Yeah, a good show in there. I was able to recover pretty well after having some troubles in Donut Plains 1 and such. I actually gained time from his big boost to Bowser, so a pretty solid endgame there. Yeah, what kind of interests me about this tournament format, at least from like a runner's perspective, is how losing the first match sort of affects how you play in the second match. Because you would think maybe you would want to go a bit more aggressive to try and make up that lead. But maybe in this situation you would honestly try to go a little bit more conservative, knowing. Oh. That one hurt.
Yeah, as you were saying there as well, if you win that first match and then lose the second one, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, don't want the reverse sweep on. That would hurt. It's just a rough situation there for Grimm. So yeah, he's just gonna reset on that run. Start up anew. Thankfully, it's gonna have a short category to do best of 3, so he's got another shot to get right back in this race. tie things up and send us to a third run.
Alrighty, looks like we're getting set up for the second race. Possibly our last, but not if Grim manages to take this down.
Let's see, and I think a lot of that run was just down to nerves. I know Grimm was talking about it right before the match. I was really nervous about the run being in a race. So hopefully he gets that first race jitters out of the way and sort of calms down here for the second race. And hopefully we get to see some good runs here.
Yeah, that was a really enjoyable first match. I'm looking forward to this next one. But we will be back with you guys probably quite soon.
Yeah, I'd imagine. They're both on the title screen here, so. I don't know, I feel like, to answer your point, Made Walker, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I always read it as like Made Work Hard in my head when I'm reading your messages on Discord, but anyways, to answer the question, I sort of think it's more knowing how your opponent's going to play it. That sort of plays into like what you would do, at least from my perspective. I feel like if I know sort of what kind of strats they're going for and how consistent they are at them, and how the last race went, it would sort of change up how I approach the next race, but that might just be me, I might be weird.
Yeah, what I was referring to would be just a psychological thing as well. Like, oh, I won the first match, I'm so close, and now it's 50-50 again. But, you know, just like anything that's competitive, that's something that you've got to deal with, not to tilt. Stay focused. Don't get in your head. Don't get in your own head too much, that sort of thing.
Don't want to tilt either way, really. You don't want to get too overconfident. So get
Oh,
too
of course,
relaxed
yeah.
about it, I guess. Sorry. Just drop something there.
Definitely.
And especially too in the earlier rounds, a lot of people have maybe been practicing offline or not doing PB attempts, but doing a lot of practice just like on their own. So as we get into later rounds, you can sort of see how they performed in previous races to determine how they're going to play. But right now, a lot of these guys, you don't really know how well they're going to do in a race and what they're going to be able to do. So that kind of changes things up here as well.
Yeah, the very nature of 11 exit races is that they're going to be very high variance. It's a very short category. Exactly. And it's one of the reasons that we're doing it best of 3, just trying to sort of eliminate some of the variance, I guess.
Gotta have a little bit of variance, but you know, I get it.
It looks like both are readied up. Looks like we're going to go straight away here. Alright, we have the countdown, so we'll be going in about 15 seconds from now.
I've seen a couple of things about the restream and the commentary maybe being a bit off, so I'm just going to let you guys know when the timer actually hits 0, just so we can try and get that sorted out so I can adjust commentary for myself. And it hits 0 right now, so...
Yep.
Yeah, you're about on the same spot as I am.
Grimm's looking pretty focused right now. All or nothing right now. For the sake of the show, I'd quite like to see this go 1 each. But obviously, if Venom goes to take this 2-0, that's a pretty nice win.
Imagine how nerve-wracking a third match.
Yeah, those third matches are exciting.
4 seconds out of restream. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll adjust for that. Yeah, gonna be going into YI3 here. No troubles with box jump last time. And they're both gonna be good again here. 4 for 4 on the night. But other than that, both just kind of making their way nicely through the level.
Yep, both have seemed pretty comfortable with Y3. You know, it's. I mean, I suppose it's fairly intense platforming. Start of a race.
Yeah.
No nerves, no slip ups. It's good to see.
Yeah, it's pretty tough platforming, but one benefit is it's right at the start of the game, so you get used to it. You play it a lot.
Oh yeah,
Venom's
hopefully.
gonna just miss a jump there and drop in the water a bit. Having a bit of trouble with the current. Yeah, he'll get through though. This is not the first time Venom has had a bit of trouble with YI4. The first one was a much more minor mistake. He just forgot to hold B a little bit off the fish bounce and just scraped the water there. But that's gonna give Grimm a couple second lead going to take his castle here.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a few seconds, especially this early on in a category like this.
Just a little bit of breathing room can help calm your nerves quite a bit.
Played it very safe in that middle fence. And having a bit of an issue with the door as well.
So we all. Alright, another clean Iggy turn there by Grimm. And the same here for Venom. So, no issues on the kill there.
Yeah, slightly better room one for Venom, but other than that, keeping it pretty close as always.
And it's gonna be about 6 seconds here for Grimm, which is nothing compared to what can happen in the future. So we still got a pretty tight race to go into World 2. Alright, Grimm entering DP1 here. I previously didn't have issue with the Cape Grabber flight here. Looks like something he's pretty comfortable with, which is always a good sign. And Venom making up for his past mistakes, getting the Cape Grab clean, and he's just gonna fly straight above level here. Yeah, so already you can see Venom sort of correcting for a mistake he made before. She's gonna help him out here in the long run, obviously. Quite a bit faster, but not make mistakes.
And last time Grimm had a pretty nice DS1. Venom lost the shell pretty early.
Venom lost the shell, but he had a pretty nice recovery with the P-switch. Both guys have had a little bit of trouble with the pipe tonight at one point or the other. It's a pretty small boundary for when you can actually go down it, despite how big the pipe actually is. And Grimm again, it's a very clean DS1, getting through keeping shells the whole way. Or the whole way this time, sorry.
Yeah, those frame rules have been absolutely just 100% cooperative.
Very nice.
Very jealous.
Alright. Oh, man.
Oh. I thought he was going to get hit the first time as well, just after the damage boost, but
Made it clean through that time, but the second time wasn't as nice. This time is a bit different, however. He does have his Fire Flower. So if he can get Cape from Starwood 1, he'd be right back on track. And there's also a Cape from Starwood 4, the Cape block, that he can pick up if he keeps Fire Flower through there.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of last time as well.
This time, though, he is definitely making up for his mistake better. And sort of adjusting to that, which is really interesting to see. I'm interested to know if he's going to go back for Cape or grab one and start with one, or just try to go through it no Cape once again.
I definitely recommend Cape this time, 100%. It's unfortunate that he doesn't have the extra time that he did last time, but nah, if anything, last time, nah, you gotta go back for Cape. But
yep, and he will be going back here. He's going to be heading to B1 to pick one up. Yeah, I have to time that out.
Pretty nice lead. Anything. But I think this is a good decision. I think he should have done this last time as well.
Yeah.
And those zips are not happening. But no worries. Still with a nice lead.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, didn't want to go too far ahead on that.
This is close.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. I was a little bit scared for Grimm there. He was really close to going off the left edge of the key platform and start with one, but he got it. He got it flipped. This time, though, hopefully they'll be on an even playing field going into the last couple levels. Power-up wise. Oh, yeah, okay.
I was going to say, just as we mentioned earlier, and as the new graphics indicate, this is a best of 3. So Venom has won this first one, and yeah, this could be even after, but we'll see.
Yeah, and another thing that we didn't get to see last time is I'm pretty sure that Grimm knows Cape Kill considering his PB time. And then a rough death there for the Venom. Got to the key platform, landed on it, and then in the midst of a cape pump, while he was hitting left, he accidentally goes off the edge there and just can't recover it. Unfortunate mistake for him there. A good backup though. He does know how to back that up, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, I'm thinking Truman's just sitting at home and he just got shivers right now, and he's not sure. He's not sure just why.
If Truman gets shivers every time somebody messes up Star Road 4, I don't know. Seems like a very cold guy.
And seeing Room 5 from Grimm as well. Room 5 has been a pretty popular option so far.
A very clean dark room there for Grimm. No issues getting through there. That can cause a lot of trouble, especially being the last level before the Bowser fight. Not the last level, the last room. Could be a bit scary, especially considering how dark it is, but he got through there clean. And it does look like he is setting up for Cape Kill, judging by where he's standing.
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah. I don't even think it's the commentator's curse at this point. I think it's the Ben curse.
It is. It really is. SMB1 is even worse.
It takes an unfortunate hit there in the fight.
Yeah, that mixes it up a bit. He does still have the lead even with that.
Yeah. And I imagine he'll be grabbing safety mushroom here. And I don't think anybody's gonna have any objection to that.
I believe room 6 is the one with the scrolling background.
I believe room 6 is like the terrible one.
Is it?
Oh. Yeah, Venom going for first hit of Cape Kill is just a bit too early on the Mecha Koopa. He's gonna take a hit there.
Yeah, so Venom lost the opportunity there to be saved sometime in this fight. Though that second phase is
That second phase, yeah, that does lose a lot of time to not be able to get through there.
Yeah.
Every time Bowser has to drop 2 bowling balls, that's about 15 seconds.
Yeah, look at how close this is. He needs to hit these two. He really needs to. Okay. Nicely played. Really got focused on Bowser's momentum there. If you're doing those hits manually. But we've got 2 more hits. Again, if there are any nerves, hopefully they'll go away because, you know, very close.
And a lot of getting those hits in Bowser is just practice and being able to sort of make Bowser go the way you want him to. The biggest issue with landing the hits is really him just traveling in the direction you don't really want him to go, and then just running straight to the Mecha Koopa. So if you can sort of figure out where he's going, it makes it a lot easier. Alright, that's it.
That makes it 1 each.
Number 2. 1-1. Grimm coming in with a 12-22 there. I don't remember, what was Venom's time on the first race? I feel like it was really close to that.
I'm not sure. Not sure, I would have to go back and check. But the relief on his face, wow. He was really upset about missing those hits in phase 2, which is understandable. But I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully getting a chat with these guys afterwards, just to hear about their thinking. But yeah, we'll be going on to a third and final race. This will definitely be the last.
You're getting your money's worth tonight. That's for sure. So yeah, 1 apiece here for Venom and Grimm. Both with pretties. I believe that Venom had like a 12-28 on the first round, and Grimm just pulled out a 12-20. So pretty much even in both of their wins here. It's all going to come down to game 3, though, just as you hoped.
Okay, I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Have a refreshment.
Alright, sounds good. Got a close one here today. It's all going to come down to who can play the most consistent match here. Work under pressure, you know. Get through this last race. And the match will be starting again pretty soon. Don't want to have keyboard sounds on the screen all the way. Average. It's a long 30 seconds. Hope you guys made it through without me. It's been a struggle. Yeah, this one is really a toss-up though. I mean, both runners have shown their capabilities in the game. Shown what they're made of. Put up two very similar times to win each of their respective matches. So it's all gonna come down to this one here. See what they can put up.
Yeah, we're gonna be off in about 5 seconds here. Very exciting.
All right. And they're off.
So 2 very close matches. That brings it 1 each. This one takes it all. So good luck to both runners.
Good luck. Keep cape. Maybe get a PB. Yeah, running through YI2 again. Not much to say here. Both runners have pulled off YI2 pretty excellently in all 3 races, I would say. Very fun.
TLD, I can confirm that it probably isn't because I got soft locked in a rando that way. You can't kill yourself at the bottom of that either if it's dry without a cape.
I can't think of a worse random combination.
Grim did a victory dance.
361 dance. I missed this. Too busy talking about the terribleness that room 6 is. Yeah, again, these guys are having no issues with YI3.
Yeah, looking very clean.
Yeah, and Grimm's gonna pull out the first 259 of the night. I run on those ground platforms long enough to get that, so a little bit of a technical knowledge there. Yeah, and Venom has had a little bit of trouble in YI for the first 2 times. Let's see if he can get through here clean. Trouble regaining P speed. Oh, and Grimm is going to take a Deph on one of the spike balls down there. That is unfortunate. It's always better to take a Deph if you're going to take a Deph anywhere in the earlier worlds, just because you don't have a power up yet, so it's just hopping right back in the level and finishing it. But those spike balls really can cause trouble, especially if you're new to the game. Generally, if you have a route through the level pretty well set, you're able to avoid them, but they can still catch every once in a while. It's going to be like 15-20 seconds there. That was a good skill. Like, almost ran straight up into the Koopa. Both runners taking Iggy's castle. It's a little bit safe. I don't blame them for that. It's going to be a 1 or 2 second time loss at worst, and it means that you're not going to take a Deph there. Ooh, we do need that author boost MSP diagram. That would be very useful. Yeah, Grimm took a Deph on one of the spike balls in YI4. It's unfortunate, but according to his splits here, he's only about 17 seconds behind. 18.
Yes,
So
for the first time, Venom has the advantage coming out of World 1.
Yeah, Venom looks like he changed up his split timing there for Iggy's Castle because apparently he just got a 21-second gold.
Yeah.
Decided to switch it up to Fade. So, I'm okay with that. Love a good fade timing. Yeah, both of these run. Oh, sorry, you can go.
I was just gonna say, I think that's the best DP one we've seen yet, 360.
Yeah, very good execution. Any extra time on DP1 just comes down to fast fly. Which is something a lot of people wait on to learn, which I kind of don't get. It's the worst that can really happen. Like overall, I feel like even if you don't know a ton about it, even just knowing about like the jitter and that kind of stuff will gain you a little bit of time overall. But
yeah,
I think it's worthwhile, especially with Dots' resources on that. It's a very good video about it. And a very clean P-switch hit there for Venom. He's gonna get a 251. He hasn't had as much luck keeping the shell. But...
ooh, no.
That's unfortunate.
Press is down a bit early there. Well, at this point, I definitely recommend going back for Cape.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, but that's not all. Venom's gonna take a death here in Ghost House, so they're both going to be without their caves.
Yeah, somewhat of a reprieve for Grimm, but it looks like Venom's still going to be ahead.
Just by a bit, yeah, but only by about 2 or 3 seconds at this point. So yeah, they're going to be almost even coming back into Ghost House here. Oh no.
Well,
Grimm falls, so that's it. They both fall to that mistake. Oh goodness. So they're both going to lose Cape and Fire Flower here in room 1 of Ghost House. They're making it close. I'll give them that.
I reckon that's the first time I've seen that spring being used in the speedroom.
Better safe than sorry. Don't want to take another death there, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Good to see a use for that spring after all this time.
Yeah, I really think if they both go back to Cape, which I'm assuming they will, this is going to come down to who can execute in the Bowser fight. I mean, they both show themselves pretty much equally capable in all other areas of the game.
Yeah.
But the Bowser fight is giving both of them a bit of trouble, with or without Cape.
Ghost House has been a consistent issue for both players, and Ghost House probably is the hardest level in this run. Yeah, it looked like Grimm set his controller down for a second. I think he was maybe wiped.
Yeah, maybe getting a creek. I couldn't really tell.
But we'll have maybe about a 6 or 7 second lead going in here, so not too much to work with. I'm really looking forward to the conclusion of this.
Oh, he's getting caught by the blocks. Yeah,
Oh wow.
No fun.
And ooh.
Oh, Grimm made that mistake I was talking about.
Oh no, that's even worse. Oh dear. This is bad news. This is really bad news.
Okay. He makes it back. He recovers. Thankfully, he had broken a lot of the way through. The big issue with that, when that happens, is if you zip straight through and you don't break any of the blocks, you don't have enough flight meter to get back up. And since you have to spin fly your way up to even go through some of the blocks, you just break your way back down. You can't actually.
Yeah, I reckon if there was an extra block there, you might have had a bit more trouble.
That's gonna put them almost even once again here. Really dedicated to keeping it close.
And Venom did have a slight issue there in Star World 2, so bringing it closer again.
both with 191s. Alright. The last level before Bowser. Star Roll 4.
Oh no. Oh,
Oh.
that's
That just hurts.
well. At the time, it felt like GG, but ooh, yeah, that's really hard to say.
Yeah, that's just rough.
That was the moment that this race turned around.
Yeah, it gives Venom probably a bit of security up here. Barring a death, as long as he can get through the castle relatively unharmed. It's got a very tough lead to beat.
Grimm's going for this risky. Oh, oh wow. He gets it.
Oof, yeah. You're a bit ahead of me, but that was
Matthew
last
must be
time that
very
did
happy
not
right now.
did not work out well. Lean over till it's over. I can't see.
Okay, sorry about that. Noted. Noted. Looks like he's gonna grab Kit.
Yeah, he knows where that room 3 cape is. He got it on the first run, I believe. Yep, he's gonna pick that up. If Venom can execute cape kill, this race is over, but both of us had trouble with that.
Venomplay will Cape kill twice in a row. So hopefully it'll go a bit better this time. That looks better.
Ben!
Still was too early.
Ben!
It still was too early. Holy crap! Can't believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, well apparently
He does a bit
kill.
different of the timing on
Yeah, well there are several variables.
yeah.
Like I get it.
Yeah.
But wow, I thought it was good. Wow.
Yeah, the typical strat there is to just you run when Bowser hits like the 4th pillar from the left, and then you jump at the 2nd pillar from the left. And he runs a bit later, and then he also takes off a bit later. So yeah, both are going to be going through it casual style, I guess. It's tossing Mecha Koopas up.
Yeah, just to make that even worse, that dying Mega Koopa was still counted as on screen. Only getting one Mega Koopa.
Well, that's a rough one. Whenever that happens, nothing you can do about it at that point. Venom is 1 hit away in phase 3 here. And that's gonna wrap it up. Gets the last hit.
Congrats to Venom.
GG Venom.
Out on that 3rd run. Well done.
GG. GG to both the runs. Made it exciting. A lot of crazy moments. But yeah. Really great game. Fun to be here. And Venom is going to be advancing on to round 2, facing up against the #1 seed, Retro Bob.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Good luck. That's
I'm normally impartial, but I think there might be a favorite there. but it is possible.
I'm not a betting man.
It's going to be hard though.
Yeah. The GG though came out against a good opponent, relatively the same skill level about, and
yeah, well,
round 3.
The seating was pretty accurate, 64 and 65. Both had the capability of taking this down, and Venom just edged in there.
Lead changed quite a bit throughout pretty much all 3 races. But yeah, just came out to win with Venom. So yeah, he will be facing Retro Bob. And then, let's see, Grand matches. That's match 1. So yeah, we'll be facing whoever loses match 32. Try to find that. Yeah, match 32 is 333 Rich and Rupert 83. So whoever loses that match will be facing Grimm on the losers bracket.
There you go. I've just asked both of them if they want to join us. We'll see if they do, and if not, no problem. Venom isn't too comfortable with English, so that's a pass from Venom. We'll see from Grimm though. I'd be interested to hear his thoughts on that race.
Yeah, looks like he's talking on stream.
Oh, we got him on stream? Oh, right, I know what you mean now.
Yeah, no, not like on. Yeah, hopefully we can get him on to just kind of talk about that.
Looks like we have him.
Hello.
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
Good.
That was a pretty incredible race. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened, but
Yeah.
wow, that was really, really entertaining.
Really
Yeah.
fun.
Oh man, I think nerves got the best of me there. Be my first like tournament races and all. So.
Yeah, I think you performed very well. I mentioned
Especially
earlier,
with the,
it doesn't even matter how many
concept.
tournaments you do. The nerves are such a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah. Like that first race, as soon as I messed up in Secret House, I was just like on tilt at that point for the rest of that run. Race 2 kind of like brought my nerves down, got some encouragement from my chat. Got through that, and then Star World 4 in that last run. I don't know what happened there. I think my thumb was too close. It spun me around, and I turned around and dive bombed to my death.
Yeah, it's really hard to see that. But were you watching the restream or keeping track of your opponent?
I wasn't. I had one of my chats was just like, "Hey man, you got this." Oh,
E
he's
na
about
quinta-feira,
here,
às 20
so
horas,
it
estaremos
was
no
kinda
online.
like I knew it was pretty close most of the time, but
Yeah, like I understand it can cause a lot of nerves watching. But I guess the first race it might have made you feel a bit better. I think he had some issues as well in Ghost House. Actually, I think Ghost House might have taken cape from both of you guys 5 out of 6 times.
yeah, I think I lost it all 3. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think Venom lost it twice. I think he actually kept it in the one that you won. So yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah,
Really
definitely.
interesting.
Yeah, no. I mean,
But yeah, do you have anything else to tell us how you felt?
No, I mean, I feel good. I'm kind of glad to get like my first one out of the way. You know, I've only been doing this for a little over a month now, and so like I feel more confident now. Kind of going ahead and look forward to the next one for sure.
I think your gameplay shows signs of you potentially, getting quite a good time. Like I mean, I would have thought that you've been around for a while based on what we'd seen. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
Good work.
a lot of good Donut Secret ones. It's always a really tough thing.
Donut Secret one was pretty good. That was consistently good for me.
Which is funny because that's actually the one level I've had the hardest time with. The one cheat sheet right before the last Rip Van Fish, before you get the key, consistently would take my cape, like when I was doing runs and practice and everything like that. And I don't know, I haven't really done anything different. I've just learned kind of maybe to position myself a little differently when I'm going in for the spin. But yeah.
Yeah, well, at least you won one. It's always nice to get that. I feel going into the second chance bracket, you've probably a very good chance. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks so much for the races, and thanks for joining. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Take it easy, guys.
All right, take care. Alrighty, thank you so much, everyone, for that. Thanks TNT for coming along. That was
No
brilliant.
problem.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, a ton of fun.
And yeah, second. Yeah, we'll have the upcoming matches on stream in a moment, so you guys can keep up to date with that. Yeah, we have quite a lot of matches tomorrow. We have Calco tomorrow. I know we've got Calco. We have the semi-final of the SMA2 tournament, and that will be between Dots and Matthew. Pretty interesting. But yeah, there we have it.
Channel's gonna be pretty busy.
5 matches tomorrow. Yeah, Calco versus Infinite Mystery. I get to play the winner of that. I'm really excited. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. Wow, that's sort of early. Nice.
I mean, for you, it's sort of early.
Yeah, well, 7 p.m. I consider that sort of early though.
Mike and Leandrum are playing tomorrow as well, right?
Sorry, who?
Mike the Pwn Star, I think, on the team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my leading match as well. So
That's at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I wish I could catch him.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Waldo versus B Squared tomorrow, 9 p.m. Wow, that's
that'll be a good one.
close.
Yeah, that's gonna be a heck of a match. So.
Oh yeah, I believe those last 2 matchups are going to be a 4-way race. I believe we've got that organized, so I think those will both be at 9 p.m. Eastern. But we'll keep you updated on that tomorrow. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching. Actually, I'm going to post the Discord link in chat, because that probably would be the best way to keep up to date. Oh, there you go. Super good.
That's already on it. But yeah, make sure to stop by tomorrow. Got a lot of good races going on. Check out some good gameplay, have some fun.
Alright, thank you very much, TNT. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Take care, guys.
Good night.
Bye.